Hey guys, welcome to the Ginetta GT5 Championship. Hope you guys can hear me properly and the game is not too loud as the Ginettas do for some reason seem to be the loudest thing on the fucking earth. But, gonna quickly get into qualifying right now, just finished practice. Some nice timings going on right now. Hopefully we'll have a good race, good qualifying, a good second race as well, as with two races going on, both 20 minutes I believe. Oh, there we go. Right, yeah, both 20 minutes I think. Let me just double check. Both 20 minutes, and the second one will be reversed. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys to the qualifying. Gonna happen probably in a bit after this guy finishes his lap. I think this is Hasib. Probably is. Oh, yeah, I have a bit of an off on the second to last corner. Schuman's gonna go back to the pits. Yep, gotta go back to the pits. Minute and 20 until qualifying. Gonna do like I always do. Play some music over while we watch the qualifying. So guys, enjoy it. Qualifying is only 20 minutes, and race, as I said, overall 40 minutes. Not as long as the usual endurance series that we always used to do. This is another series I'm doing for Andy. Thank you, Andy, for asking me to do this. Always pleasure to drink wine and commentate other things. But yeah, thanks guys for watching, and here is qualifying.
Going away? About what? It's true. Leave it. I'm staying.
Right, guys, we are almost into the last minute of the qualifying. Yeah, I think my lifetime is just fucked up once again. Don't want to blame anyone, but I'm blank. Right, there we go. Some different standings to what I've got on my yeah, live timers is definitely fucked up again, so I'll go on the current standings in the game. It's Joseph Oulton in first place. Not a big surprise there. Has been fast in the last race as well. Shout out to Pizza, by the way. Frank Gabby, thank you for the pizza. Off Pizza Bab. Then behind him, Alex Ball. I think you have to bear with me because I will have to go through this because the live timers is a bit fucked up. I'll have to go through this, but in third place Andy, then followed by Damien, then James, then Henry Spencer, then followed by Colin, then Paul, then Callum Jones. Doesn't seem to even be on the live timings, this is a bit ironic. Then Ursa. It's all a bit messed up. But I think I might be able to change that, as we will see in pretty sure you can change it. There we go. Right, that's still going to be a lot better to commentate over. Probably should have kept it like that anyway. So, yeah, as I was saying, Oulton first place with a 1:48.8. Callum goes very wide there as he probably finishes his lap. Then followed by Damien. He must have just put on a really good lap. Then Alex Ball gets a really good lap in there. Jason, Andy, and we will go back into the pits. As it is confirmed here in chat, I'm not quite if you can see this, but Andy does actually have a small penis, but it is followed up by Paul and then Damien and then James, so it's quite hard to deny. As was saying before the big music hour of 20 minutes, we'll have two races of 20 minutes. First race is going to be the qualifying, and I'm not quite sure the second race if it's the reverse grid of what happens of the first race results, or it's the reverse grid of the qualifying. Not quite sure. Either way, two races of 20 minutes, 40 minutes of racing for you guys here. Ginetta's really fun cars. If you haven't driven them, definitely should give them a try in a Zetec Corsa. A lot of fun. An Oulton Park as well, good fun track. I will obviously specify that this track, not quite sure if it's the version that we're driving right now or if it's just the track in general, is a bit buggy. You'll see some weird glitches going on with like the viewing distance, not being able to see the track sometimes. Well, why am I not last? I'm not last. Okay, no, I am last. I think I'm last. Who the fuck knows? But we're gonna switch through the cars right now, as we've got 30 seconds until the race. As everyone spams the horns just to be as annoying as fuck. 20 minutes, shouldn't be any pit stops, just full on racing. around this great track in Cheshire, England. It's going to be quite the race. We do have some quite fast races here as the lights start come onto the board. All the lights are on. And all them out. Oh, blue card doesn't get a good lift off as we're back into the pits. That wasn't me. I swear down. It actually wasn't. But blue card doesn't really get a good start, whereas Joseph Elton does get a good start as second place goes a bit wide. Joseph Elton does seem to get a really good start. Sorry, they picked up a seconds gap to second place, as all of them are piling up behind him. As a big grid just up behind him. As we come up to the long left hand, there's a bit of a crash at the back. Hasib and Pete, I think it is, and then Adam up behind him. Not quite sure if it was Adam or one of them two who didn't set off at the start and caused a bit of chaos, I'm guessing, in the start. So just look at these two. There's Ferg and Rod. Coming on to the back straight, just after the second longest straight, I'd say. Then we're going to this chicane, a really tricky chicane, especially if you're not used to it. Different versions of this track, obviously. That's one of them. This is what I was saying. The track doesn't actually go into the black hole right there. There is actually a bit of a glitch right there, as you can see here again. So, right, not much has changed, I don't think, since the first lap. I think Jones and Spencer have got quite a good start. Jones is definitely on to Colin here. Looks to go down the inside. Doesn't quite make the move there. Oh, there's a bit of a crash in front of him. Jones gets 2 places. Andy and Colin going down. Andy are definitely having a bigger of the crashes there. As Jones goes up to P5. And then we jump on board with Jason now up in 3rd place, up behind Damien, who's in 2nd. These are the front 3. These are the podium places. As we just get onto the 2nd lap of the race. Oh, going quite a bit. As we're on board with Ferg. Behind him, 2 cars hunting him down. Colin and oh, and there's a bit of an off there. It's Jason. I think that was Jason. Oh, there's quite a lot's happened right there. Damien's gone off. Not quite sure what happened there, but Damien's going back up into the 3rd place, and then James has gotten into 2nd. Oh, he's changed, and then Callum's going to go on the inside. He's going to go into the 4th place. Going to take 4th place off Jason. Oh, and there's another off for Jason. It's not a really good race. Not quite sure what happened there. I was looking too much at the times, and Jason's squeezing everybody as they come out of that corner. Quite good start for Jason, and then all goes downhill for Jason at the same time. And oh, there's a big crash just at the chicane. All trying to fit through there, but he can't all fit through there, and there's a little big incident there. Too many cars trying to get through one spot. Quite a hectic first 4 minutes in this Ginetta GT5 championship. The second round, I probably wasn't saying, but yep, as I was saying, as we still got Joseph Elton in 1st place, followed by James, then Damien, then Jones, then Ferg, Colin, Andy, then Jason. Paul is filling up the top 10. Somebody does actually come into the pits, probably for damage. Not quite sure what the damage is, as someone goes very wide on that long left-hander. Now we're on board with Ferg. Quite sure that some of the skins aren't working right now. I do know Henry does. Spencer has a skin. I'm not quite sure if it's a working note. I'm pretty sure I did download those skins. But as we're on board with Andy now. P7 qualified quite high, and I do know he's a fast driver as Ferg goes off in the long right-hander, as loses quite a few places there. Quite a few crashes happening right now. People losing quite a few places to get on board with Andy, as he does try to take Colin to try and get to P5, but can it happen? And I think what we'll do, I think we're gonna have an interview. I think we're gonna go get an interview with I don't think I can move, Joe. Sorry if that's coming to your whoop. There we go. Right, I'm sorry if this comes into your view. I don't think it will. I don't think I can move, Joe. So, Joe, how's it going? Radio check.
Hello.
Radio check. How's it going? How's the race going?
It's fine. Driving.
Seem to get quite a big lead there.
Yeah, I think the people behind me got punted.
Yeah, there was. There was quite a big incident in every lap of the race so far. So, yeah, you've got 9 seconds ahead of P2. It's quite an easy race for you right now. Have you got any pits? Oh, whatever. Have you got any pits? Yeah.
Coming. Well, the tyre deg is quite high around here.
Oh, is it?
So I'm thinking of getting around lap 35.
Lap 35. Okay.
Yeah.
As someone goes off there, as live timing fucks up again, and I don't know who fucked up there. Thanks for great insight there, Joe.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
And I think we'll drag someone else into here just to annoy them. It's either between Henry or Callum, and I can't quite decide who to annoy most. Oh, there's a big off there. I think Henry gets quite a good. I think he gains from that quite a bit, and I don't think I'm gonna annoy. Oh, they're both. I think Henry and Callum are racing quite a bit right now. I don't want to annoy them both. I mean, there's 2 seconds for no. There's 0.7 between Henry and Paul. I don't want to fucking annoy them both. I'd love to interview them both, but I can't. I'm too much of a nice guy. For some reason we go back into me. I was going to Paul with the number plate Tomato, and then onto Rod Gilbert here with the very Welsh flag. Oh, there's a bit of a turn in there. I think that's Rod and Adam. Oh, there's a bit of an off there, and as Rod goes off, Adam drives away. A lot of incidents happening right now in this Ginetta GT5 championship. As we'll look onto still the gaps between Henry and Paul and Callum and Damien. Oh, Colin, sorry, Callum and Colin. There we go. Quite small still, as we're on board with Paul and Henry. As I was just saying, that Paul and Henry quite close, and then now we're on board with Jones and Colin. Colin tries to go around the outside, doesn't. Oh, he does. He's just going to probably get the inside line here onto this corner. And as the camera switches all over the place between the TVs, and Cam gets the inside, he's going to give away that place though, and loses the place to Colin, comes back down into P5, knowing that he does have actually Andy behind him. Now we're on board with Adam. I think that's being lapped there, and now they're probably the closest thing There is Henry and Paul. Skin Henry in the rear view mirror. Though I want to make some positions up. Henry, I think he did qualify a bit better than that. There's all the incidents going on right now. Because we have 10 minutes remaining in this race. There's a 3 stacks going up there. Andy and Callum. Andy making up his place there. Callum losing a few places there after the incidents that made him gain a few places. And Rod getting up on an Adam. Oh, he's going to lose it again there. Did get the place back, but he's going to lose it again. After that big incident that he had. And then we're back on ball with Paul now. There's these 3 cars here. There's Paul, Spencer, and then Jason. Who I know Jason was quite fast in qualifying. Not sure about this qualifying. It was definitely fast in practice. But a fight between these 3 looks quite... It's going to be quite difficult. And Henry's going to go down the inside on this right-hander, I think it is. And he does. And he's going to get there through the chicane. Oh, and he's going to go off. He's going to go off on the chicane. Henry loses a lot of places, a lot of time there as Jason and Paul get away, and they're going to fight their own battles without Henry there. As Henry will want to fight back times. That's got some good words there. Is that? I think after that, I think we'll get an interview with Henry. I'm gonna drag him into the Discord channel. See what he has to say about that. So Henry, what happened?
When specifically?
Had that chicane then.
I was at the inside, took it a bit too deep, misjudged it, had way too much speed.
Oh, it's gonna be a good race.
I only lost 1 place.
Ah, there was
still a pretty good race.
There was a big fight going on there between you and 2 other cars.
There was, but I can still see them in front of me, and there's still 8 minutes in the race, so you never know.
I was going to interview you earlier, but I didn't want to distract you. As Archer.
Thank you for keeping me in mind like that.
Yeah, it's fine. Good luck. Callum, what happened?
Everything bad.
Got quite a few places up then. Through the incidents that happened. But
What are you talking about? That was pure skill.
do you think you're going to catch up to Colin?
No.
No?
Nah.
Well, Andy and Colin right now are having a bit of a battle. He might be able to... something on that. Yeah, words.
I'm just hoping that they take each other out.
Exactly. That's all Callum hopes for. And on that note,
That's
thank
the
you for the
tactic.
interview.
Let them fight.
Some wise words from Callum there. Let them fight. From the film Godzilla. Probably from many other films then. But we'll go through. Wait, what was my number plate says something, but I don't want to go back to the pits and look at my number plate. But anyway, sorry. Joseph Oulton in first place, 16 seconds ahead of second place. Looks like Joseph Oulton has got this wrapped in the bag, barring any other ginormous incidents that he might have. Then followed by James. Good race for him. Quite a few incidents that he's gained on, but race pace has been very good. And then followed by Damien, who's only 3 seconds behind James. Probably trying to hunt down him. Trying to get those laps in. Not quite sure about the tyre deg that I'll be having right now. Then we go to Andy, who's only whopping 15 seconds behind Damien. Not quite sure if he'll be able to catch up to Damien or any other place, but he definitely will be able to catch up if he's got Colin in his rearview mirror constantly, trying to hound him for that 4th place. Then Jones, as we was just speaking to, just probably trying to race his own race, keep that P6. And Jason 3 seconds behind Callum, as we have a look at this big fight going on for 15th and 14th. There's a big fight going on there. As we look at me again, look at me in the pits. As we look at the guys going down the pit straight. But yeah, where was I? Probably Jason, maybe. Yeah, Jason. There's got Paul behind him as we try and look at the interval. 2 seconds behind Jason for Paul. Quite a big gap. And then Henry, as we were just speaking to as well, 4 seconds behind Paul. Was quite a big battle between them 3. All opened up now as we've got Rod. Not lose a place, but have to give up a place because of the blue flag to Callum Jones. We've got 4 minutes remaining in this race as Rod locks up in that quite difficult right-hander, long right-hander. And now we go on to Jason, who is going to try and lap Rod, trying to find it quite difficult. He's going to lose some time out to Callum now. But yeah, everything's calmed down a bit, I think. Not much happening right now, not much incidents happening, all the gaps over a second between each other. Probably the lowest is a 1.2 right now. But we're on board with Colin. There we go. Board with Colin, as I think this is the smallest gap between Colin and Jones. Still a whole second there. And I think they do have a lap to go between them. All the horns going off. As I've run out of wine. It's quite disappointing actually. Probably should have bought more beer. As we get the pit lane view. As everyone comes down the pit straight. All cars everywhere and all the track. Oh, and there's a bit of an inside tap by I'm not quite sure that was, but Rod took the brunt of it there. Might have been Adam. Might have been no, it was Henry actually. Henry touched it on the inside, trying to lap him. Probably a bit of a misjudgment there from either one of them. Not quite sure whose fault that was. Goes on the ball with Paul now as Paul goes on the inside of Callum Jones. Gonna get up into 7th place. Paul, I think he's had a bit of an incident earlier in the race. Not quite sure. Can't remember really, but yeah, definitely want to be. They cut up them places as Henry has Callum Jones in his sights. Definitely want to be Canachum. That was some great words there. Canachum, I said, but my brain wanted to say catch up to him. There's a seconds tumble down between Henry and Jones. Oh, and it's a bit of an off between there. I'm not quite sure that was. It might be. I don't think it was. No, that's a bit weird. Might have been Adam. Adam. I'll say it was Adam. I'm bored with Hasib right now. A lot of lockups going up between that tight right-hander. Someone's got to go to the inside of Philip. Pretty sure that's a lapped car going on there. On board with Callum Jones right now, and he's got Henry behind him. Big battle going on right now. Battle of the server manager going on right now, and Henry's got the speed. Got to go on the outside Looks like he's going to get that position if the TV camera does actually move. There we go. Henry's going to get the inside. Definitely got the speed. Definitely got the place. Gonna fight his way all the way back up to P8. And bad with Philip again as Philip goes wide. He's going to struggle a bit there coming back onto the track. Oh, yeah. He's going to struggle even more and he's going to spin off into that place. And Callum gonna probably try and fight back. It's gonna get the speed on him and an hour's chicane. It's gonna take the places. We've got this checkered flag coming out right now. Henry and Callum side by side, but for some reason we're gonna go to board with Ferg and Rod. They're not even fucking fighting for places. But we're gonna watch them as they come round this corner that I'm not quite sure the name of. And I think that's Rod going off. So can we switch to Henry and Callum? I think that's Henry. That's not Henry. Oh, Jesus. But according to their timings, Henry has got the place. Callum was fighting so hard to try and get that place back. Not quite sure who's going to get there. Is Jason only 0.3? Probably finished. As we finish the first race of the Ginetta GT5, that's the name. Ginetta GT5 Championship, the second round here at Oulton Park. Oh, that's a big wobble of Hasib as he probably memes his way around the corner. Lots of horns going on right now. But here the standings. Joseph Felton first place as he does his lap of honour here. This is Joseph Felton here. Then followed by James, then Damien, Andy, Colin, Jason, Paul, Spencer, Jones, Ferg, Urs, Pete, Hasib, Adam, Rod, and then Philip. We did have a leaver, and I think that was Alex Ball, who didn't finish the race. I'm not sure if it was a rage or if it was internet issues or it's just hardware issues. Not quite sure, but gonna go into the final race right now. All things are reversed. So let's get a nice look at the crowd. And we're bored with Pete as he chicanes through the cars that are stopped on the track. So Callum, how was the race? Bit of a fight going on at the end?
Not really.
What, between you and Henry?
Yeah, I mean, it was a faster car catching a slower car and then getting past.
I thought you were going to get him at the end. He had a bit of a wobble, I think.
I had a bit of a rally.
What is it? P9? That way you wanted to come? Higher? Lower?
I mean, it's better than my qualifying, so I'll take it.
What about last week?
Huh?
Did you come? Oh, you didn't even race last week, did you?
I did.
Where did you come last week?
8th and then 12th.
Oh, so you done good.
Yeah.
I expect you to do better.
But prepare for the shit show that is the next race.
Yeah, and I've already experienced a shit show that is this race, and I'm very prepared for the next shit show that is the next race.
It's full reverse grip.
I know, and I can't wait.
Such a bad idea.
Nah. Oh, good luck. Right, there we go. Alex Ball, he, I'm quite sure what happened in the first race. Seemed to have got booted for some reason. Guessing he's going to try and rejoin this race then. As we do countdown until the second race, as things are reversed, and I've only just realised that I might be in the way. I don't think I will be. No, I'm not. I'm not. Am I? I'm not quite sure. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. All the horns. That's the word I was looking for, but I wasn't actually saying. Not gonna press start, but we do get all the lights going up right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights up. We've got lights out, and then away we go. We're on board with Joseph Elton right at the back right now. Wish we could try and change to the front as we get into the first right-hander, as some already off, so we can see at the start. 1 off, 2 off. There's quite a few coming up, but that's like Pete's at the brunt of that, and we're on board with Jason right now. There's quite a few clean racing going on right now. We've got Philip in P1 who came last, and oh, there's a big off there. Philip and I'm not quite sure. Yeah, Adam, Philip and Adam are a big off. Not quite sure what happened there. Look, a very, very big off. We've got Hazib, then Spencer, then Jones in P1, P2, P3. See what can happen right now as we come round to the other chicane. Looks like Hazib's gonna go first place into the chicane, then followed by Henry, and then followed by Jones. Quite a few cars falling in, all them into that chicane. Looks quite clean so far after those big offs. As we go 5 cars into the next corners. All happening right now. We go to the next chicane. All happening. A lot happening, but we've still got the same. No, we don't. We've got Hasib who's dropped down, and then we've got Rod who's had a crash. So we've got, oh, and he crashes into someone else there. That's a not a very good or nice thing to do. Carry on driving after you've crashed. Hasib takes someone out, the pink car. Takes the pink car out, but we've got Jones, then we've got Spencer in the P1, P2, and followed by Jason, who's only 0.3 behind Henry. Spencer, and then Joseph Elton, who probably started at the back already into P4, avoided all those collisions that's happened. Then Colin in P5, followed by Urs, then James, then Andy, then Damien, and Hasib, who had that big off, and then Pete, and then Paul, and then Rod, then Philip, Ferg, and then Adam. A lot of action happening in P1. Well, definitely P1, but definitely lap 1 as well. I was coming to round to lap 2. We've got 17.5 minutes remaining. As Andy goes wide onto the left-hander. He's going to lose the place to James. Lose 2 places, actually. But I think, yeah, he's not going to try and get this. But we're on board with Ferg now. Adam's gone into the pits. Maybe some big damage that is sustained. Or he's going to try and change some tyres as Ferg and Philip have some racing going on right now. We're going to this long, high-speed left-hander. As with the same 3, Rod, Ferg and Philip in the last 3, apart from Adam, who's gone into the pits, and Callum Jones has gone into the lead. I'm not quite sure if he was in the lead before, but Henry Spencer's definitely lost out some time there. He's got Jason on his back, and then followed by Joseph Elton on his back. Callum Jones has got a 1.2 second lead right now. How much can he hold on to this? He probably knows he's not the faster car on the grid, but he's a good defender. He's definitely a good defender. Not in football, but definitely somewhere else. I don't even know what the fuck that meant, but it meant something. But we've got 4 cars battling for the lead right now, as that lead tumbles down, and there's not much time difference between first and fourth as Joe tries to get the slipstream. On to Jason. He's going to go on the outside. On the inside, sorry, for turn 1 as we do an F1 and we turn to another incident that's happened. That's Ferg and Rod dropping down the places. I would love to see what's happening right now as Henry Spencer goes into the lead and Callum's going to get on the inside. Got to go back into the lead, but is he going to lose it again? I think he's going to lose it again. Callum does lose some time. There's 4 cars battling for P1. And I think that's Henry going to get to first place as Joseph Elton slips into second place. Now, Callum going to try and work his way back. Can he get what he probably does deserve? Probably going to try and race his way through. He just cuts a bit there. Takes a bit of track limits out there. As Jason probably tutting his finger towards Callum, saying you cannot do that. But Henry defending towards Joseph Elmers. Joe goes on the inside. He's going to defend. He's going to defend as much as he can. Does really well, does Henry Spencer there to warn off Joseph Elton, knowing there is a faster car, but Henry can defend well. As we go into this longish left-hander and then to the right-hander, I think. Or the straight, then a right-hander. There we go. I knew I was right sometime. Joe goes on the inside. Oh, it's a really close fighting right now for P1, and knowing that P3, P4 are close behind them, not too far behind them is all the other cars. As Henry goes into the sharp right-hander. When Joe's a bit of a finesse up right-hander before the pit straight. Not much separating all these four. Some great racing going on right now. Some great to commentate over. Probably a absolute shite. But I don't care, I'm enjoying this shit. As Henry goes a tiny bit wide, but so does everyone else. Probably the track limits everyone's trying to explore. As Joe has a bit of a look on the side, he sees that gap. Can't get to. Oh, and I think that's Callum going off wide. Not quite sure what happened there. We lost Callum. I think he saw something on the. I think he's still just going. I think he just thinks that is a rally car. Yeah. Oh, and I think Joe going to first place, and I think Henry has definitely had an off. Not quite sure what happened, but Henry's got off. Lost P1 to Joe. As Jason is up Joe's arse. This is Callum now, back down to P8. Some great racing from Callum there. Such a shame to happen. That what just happened to him, but it's all about the racing, and I think someone's having off there, but I'm not quite sure. I did hear a bit of a squeal, might have been just a racing going on. There's 5 cars, I think. Racing all, I think these are all for position as well. It's a great racing going on right now. All these 5 cars racing for position. Oulton Park not known for being that wide, but 5 cars of Ginetta's definitely suited to this. We're on board with Callum right now, trying to go to Urs. I think it's Urs. I don't think there's anything else after Urs. We'll call him Urs, but we're on board with Andy right now. This is P4, P5, P6, and yeah. I think there's much behind him. But Andy, Ubby and Damien for trying to get onto the podium into Damien's arse. There's a 69 car, and I just noticed Andy. Well played for the 69 car. Up Damien's arse as we come onto the tricky right-hander. Right-hander? No, left-hander, and then the right-hander. As the commentator tries to learn the track as well, as well as commentate it. But we go back onto board with Ferg and Philip as they fight for 13th place. And then now we go back on board with Andy and Damien and Henry just behind him, and a second behind him, Colin. But I think these 3 are definitely fighting for the podium. I think Joe's definitely got P1 in the bag right now. As he goes a bit wide, he's gonna lose a place to Henry there. I think Henry just got the inside of Andy there. And then Henry's going to get his sights onto Damien for P3. Both of them lost a bit of time to Damien there though. Second behind him now, but Henry's going to try and use his speed coming out there. Definitely looks like got more speed than Damien as he cuts the time down now just to P2. Just to 1 second, there we go. There's about 10 minutes left in this second race. The grid was reversed. Joe starting at the last thing, but oh, it's definitely Henry's lost some space. Made a mistake. Henry has made. Guessing it was in the last corner. They made that big mistake. Lost some places there to Andy, and then Colin maybe almost losing it to James as well. Although James is 2 seconds behind Henry, so definitely won't have lost it to that. But I don't think there's many gaps going on right now, so I'm gonna take the opportunity to go have a piss. So I'll be back in a second. Woo-hoo-hoo. As we're back, I definitely heard some incidents there through my wireless headset. This stream is definitely sponsored by Sennheiser. If Sennheiser do want to sponsor me, I will be willing to take that sponsor. But Henry gains a place there from Colin. Colin is still only 3 tenths behind him. We've got a sea of white cars. Probably the skin's not loaded. I'm not quite sure why, because I'm pretty sure I did load all the skins in, but we're on board with Henry. Just was quite a bit of time. I think he goes off a bit. I think we're going to get an interview now with Joe. Not the greatest race for him, because I'm pretty sure it was the most boring race ever for him. So Joe, would this be the most boring race you've ever had?
No. The first few laps were exciting when I was behind Henry, and that was the most terrifying thing in the world. Did you see any of that?
Yeah, I think.
Henry likes to sort of wiggle around a lot and not really know where to turn in or where to brake. And so following him is the worst. I also had a minor incident where I caused somebody to spin. Not entirely sure if I punted them or not. But...
So, not the most boring race then?
Not the most boring race. The previous one was probably the most boring race. But yeah.
4 seconds ahead. I think you might win this one, Joe.
I'm not sure.
Right.
I don't. Have you been following me at all?
It's not up to me, it's up to the auto cam that chooses the smallest gaps, which is why it never follows you.
Right. So, a little bit earlier, I came up on a back marker rod through, the fast right-hander right at the back of the circuit.
Yeah.
The sort of penultimate corner. And for some reason he slammed on the brakes through the middle of there, he actually locked up his front right tyre. I don't know how. and so I probably had like a 40-mile-an-hour closing speed on him and had to slam on the brakes. That wasn't boring.
Well, good luck for the rest of the race.
Thanks, Danny.
Great insight there for Joe. As I think Callum lost some places through that interview, but he still is only 3 tenths behind Paul. As we get a great load at the bustling crowd. Got 5 minutes remaining in this second race. And quite a fun race. Quite a few incidents definitely only happened in the first few laps, as obviously most things do, as a lot of the races tend to spread out over the time. But we do still have some racing going on right now as Callum tries to go lap Rod as we go through the fast right hander. Rod goes a bit wide there.